balloons all popped, the confetti swept up, and the fences taken down after the Democratic National Convention. It did bring tens of thousands of people to our city.
Tom Gimbel's here to talk about the impact. Tom, it's nice to have you here in person.
In person, yeah. We're usually looking right at a camera talking to you, but here you are in the flesh.
Micah heard I was coming and she took the night off. So.
Well, you exist, so excellent. So let's talk about this. And I mean, it was something that the city wanted for a couple of years, worked hard to get, and now that it's done, what's the assessment?
Well, I think the real situation is exactly what Governor Pritzker wanted to happen, happened. Chicago showed off, and it looked great. The city was beautiful. There were some arrests during the protesting, but not a huge thing. This wasn't even close to 1968. No. Everything was great. Where the business community is thinking now is, what happens next? Is it going to be back to what it was 6 months ago? Is there going to be the shootings again and the violence? Are the homeless people going to be back? Right? All the things that were cleaned up, what happens now? That's the real challenge.
Chicago on the global stage with what leaders say was a success. How does that translate to recruiting more conventions, more people, even more businesses to the city?
I think that was really interesting to hear Governor Pritzker say, hey, we want it back in 2028. Now, do I think that'll happen? No. Is it a smart thing to ask for? Yes. But what the real difference is, it's not like hosting a Super Bowl. Right? And we all know that the city's trying to build, the Bears are trying to get a dome stadium for that kind of thing, which brings people in for higher end people, all the hotels, much more entertaining at night than nights before. The restaurants didn't feel the impact that everybody talked about it happening, because the convention started at 5:30, even though it wasn't on TV, until 10 o'clock,
so
10:30
late
at night.
You're saying that?
Correct. So the restaurants didn't get the influx that we wanted. The hotels were there, Ubers were there, but it really wasn't for the hospitality industry, the boondoggle that many thought it was going to be.
Even though the venues, United Center, McCormick Place, there were roadblocks. Security had to be what it was.
Correct.
You think it was simply that element that sort of kept people away, in addition to the late night that you referred to?
Yeah, I think there were people that were curious about what the violence situation was going to happen in the city with the roadblocks. Can you get places easily? I went to the convention one night on Thursday, and to get in took a long time to wait in line.
That was
to
the
get
big
there.
Night.
Yeah, it was Kamala's night, and so to get there, to wait in line, and then the security to get in and out. And at one point, they even stopped anybody from going into the United Center that they thought that you had talked about it. It was at capacity, and they weren't letting people in. So you have some of those things that throw a little wrench into it.
The expectation was that 50,000 visitors would be coming into the city, and we remarked coming in to work each day that there was very little traffic on the roads, because it seems like maybe the people who usually work downtown worked from home last week. Does that even out some of the economic impact, or is it still a real boon for Chicago?
Well, I think it was really big on the hotel side of things, right? And when you have the hotels, you get sales tax, you get room service, you get those types of things. But you did have the majority of CEOs that I talked to, they had their workforces work remotely last week. So we'd worked so hard to get people in, and now we gotten up to 3 or 4 days a week, and now all of a sudden there's a hint that something could go awry. Stay at home. And so I do think that, did it even out? Who knows? I'm sure the economists will tell us that it was a boondoggle for the city no matter what.
But speak again to the intangibles here and what it does for those who are not sure about Chicago, maybe haven't ever been here. I mean, does it change minds in the broad
I think it really does. And I saw a bunch of clips both on social media as well as some of the other business news networks, Reuters and CNBC, people saying Chicago is an unbelievable city, and how beautiful it looked.
You can't put a price on that.
You cannot. And the weather, and especially with so many people coming in from the East Coast saying, who knew that there was a city like Chicago? And it's we did. We did. We've been saying it for forever. We've been telling you.
It was Chamber of Commerce weather last week, just absolutely perfect.
It was perfect. If this didn't get at least a few people to want to come back and host some other events here, something's wrong. I mean, it really was a wonderful display for the city to show what we're all about in Chicago.
Jenna, can you just poke his shoulder? Okay, so he is.
He's real.
So
he is real.
We figured you weren't really AI, but this puts it over. This puts it over the top.
But Micah will still not believe it, so we'll see what happens.
You're going to have to prove to her. Yeah. He's not a hologram. Thanks a lot. Good to see you. Appreciate it.